Hi, I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm called the Big Game Hunter because I've been hunting down leaders and staff for organizations for more than 40 years. Today I want to talk specifically to seasoned job hunters. You know who you are. You've been in your field for a long time. You've been on a lot of interviews. You know how this all works. And I want to remind you of something about your interviewing. And it comes from an episode many years ago where there was someone I knew professionally who was really very good at his field, but for some reason he wasn't getting hired. I found out about him looking after he'd been job searching for a while. He'd already been on more than 10 interviews. And I invited him to my home to sit down, give him a coaching session, and get a sense of what was wrong. So I started off with the traditional question of tell me about yourself and what you've been doing professionally. And I listened to him answer that question. I immediately knew what the problems were. So problem number one was he wasn't particularly well prepared. He thought he could just wing it and provide answers off the cuff. After all, he'd done it many times before. Why would this time be different? Well, it was different. He wasn't doing well. Number two, when he did answer, frankly, it sounded like he'd answered this question 1,000 times before, which he probably had. And frankly, it sounded like he was bored. There was no passion in his voice, no excitement. This was not sounding like opening night at a Broadway show where the entire cast is excited to be on stage. This is someone who'd been in the cast for a long time and had been singing those same songs over and over again. Like, I imagine what it was like for the people in the cast of Cats, for example, the longest running show on Broadway. And can you imagine what it'd be like to sing those songs night after night, memories. Oh God, you got to get bored, and it's got to show up in your performance. No disrespect to the actors. I think it's just human nature. And this is what showed up for him. The third thing that showed up was, frankly, he was long-winded. And that was part of not being well prepared. And often people, especially you veteran folks out there, when you start to answer questions, you go off on these long monologues and pontificate as though we should all bask in your magnificence. It doesn't work. All that happens is the listener starts to mentally channel surf and go someplace else. They're thinking about anything other than you. You need to keep your answers to 30 to 45 seconds in length so that you make the interview interactive. And through your answers, what you're going to do is guide the interviewer to the next logical follow-up question. You want to tantalize them a little bit so that they want more and ask you for more. And by doing that, you keep them engaged and interested in you. So those are my 3 tips, particularly for you veteran job hunters. So if you like today's video and you're watching on YouTube, click the like button that's down below. Maybe write a comment that lets people know that you liked it. If you're watching at my website, which is jeffaltman.com, I hope you spent some time, or matter of fact, if you're watching at YouTube, come over to jeffaltman.com. And either place, you can watch other videos I've done with job search advice. If you're at my website, jeffaltman.com, just to repeat that one more time, jeffaltman.com, you can also sign up for a complimentary subscription to my e-zine, No BS Job Search Advice, which I publish on Tuesdays with advice for job hunters that's good anywhere in the world. It's completely free. You can read other articles I've written for it, others that I've posted over the years with advice for job hunters. You can listen to podcasts of my radio show, No BS Job Search Advice Radio, which I broadcast Mondays at 9 a.m. on Blog Talk Radio. If you missed the show live, you can listen later in the day on my website or on Blog Talk Radio. You can search positions I'm recruiting for at jeffaltman.com. You can also post your resume to more than 50 sites from mine. You have access to easy-to-work with career builder links. There's also, those are on the homepage in the right-hand column. You also have access to Indeed on the links page and Job Search Universe on the bottom of the homepage, both of which search thousands of other sites concurrently for job leads, so you don't have to find all these places. You can find out about my books and guides to job hunting as well as other people's books, all of which will be available through Amazon. 2 last things. First of all, if you haven't already done so, send me a connection request on LinkedIn. The address is linkedin.com/IN/the Big Game Hunter. I accept connection requests from anyone, anywhere in the world, except if you're a third-party recruiter or if you're in a country that's known for scams or spam. I won't do it. Finally, for however long you remain with your current firm, are you trying to hire someone? Do you have budget to hire someone? Is someone else at your firm trying to hire someone? Send me an email at the address below. Let me know who to contact, whether or not I can mention your name when I do so, and let me see if I can help them or you fill a position and help someone get back to work. This is Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. Hope you have a great day. Take care.